Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm taking a look at Twinbee, Rainbow Bell Adventure on the Super Famicom. This game was developed and published by Konami, released in Japan in January 1994, and it got a PAL release later that same year under the title Poppin' Twinbee, Rainbow Bell Adventures. It's the first game in the Twinbee series to depart from the top-down shooting formula it's best known for, and instead offers a fast-paced and fun platforming experience. It is worth mentioning that Rainbow Bell Adventure did get a release on the Wii U Virtual Console in 2014, but again only in Japan and Europe. The game opens with a bit of exposition about how the evil scientist known as Dr. Warman has used his army of Zakobi troopers to wreak havoc throughout the universe and steal the precious Rainbow Bell that's ringing maintains order and peace in the universe. Princess Melora, much like in Detana Twinbee, sends out an SOS to Donbury Island, requesting the aid of Twinbee and Winbee, the two anthropomorphic fighter ships piloted by Light and Pastel, who actually hadn't been named at this point. They rush right out to help and even bring along Gwynbee, the toddler of the group, and they're all aided by the kindly old Dr. Cinnamon. Like I said, aside from the Rainbow Bell, this is basically the same plot as in Detana Twinbee, which is fine. I don't really need my platformers to be the most plot-heavy games. As I stated earlier, this is a platformer, and it's actually just about the fastest moving platformer you're liable to find on the Super Famicom. There are many areas where you can pick up a lot of speed and run straight through, collecting the many small golden bells that litter each stage. And it's very akin to Sonic the Hedgehog in that way, which may or may not have been Konami's intention. And speaking of the stages, a big difference between the Japanese and European versions of Rainbow Bell Adventure is that while the levels are completed one after the other in a linear fashion in the PAL version, the Japanese version gives you a grid map to move around on and choose which levels you want to play in whatever order you like. Completing one stage will open up another on the map, and there are multiple exits in each stage that open different areas. Some of those areas will be bosses that, once defeated, allow you access to a new series of levels on the map. Also, each stage comes with a time to beat, and if you're successful, you're awarded with a bunch of extra power-ups. Again, focusing on the speed aspect. Rainbow Bell Adventure controls pretty well, but suffers from some of the same shortcomings as Sonic. For instance, enemies popping on screen when you're running at full speed, so you don't really have a whole lot of time to react and you take a hit. The movement is also a little slippery at times, again probably just because of how fast the characters move. You can attack enemies with the Y button, which performs a punch, and you can hold the attack button to do a charge punch, which I didn't find much use for, as you can kill most enemies with a single normal punch. You can also charge up your jump to launch yourself through the air with your jet boosters. This clears a lot of distance and also doubles as a powerful attack. And I recommend using Winbee, as her rockets take the least amount of time to charge, and avoid using Gwynbee. He takes the longest, and I'd say this is the most useful ability in the game. And just like in a traditional Twinbee game, defeated enemies leave behind multicolored bells that can be collected for various power-ups. So you can get a shield that lets you take an extra hit, a laser gun that allows you to perform ranged attacks with the A button, and if you get a red bell, it's basically the same effect as a Starman in Mario Bros. Rainbow Bell Adventure can be played with 2-player co-op, which I only have footage of from the game's opening demo, And there's even a battle mode, which is pretty much the exact same thing as the battle mode in Sonic 2, with both players racing to the end of the stage. Overall, the gameplay in Rainbow Bell Adventure is really fun. It's fast-paced and the level designs are great. It's not exactly my favorite 16-bit platformer or anything, but I do really like it. I also really like the graphics and sound design. It's a 16-bit Konami game, so you can pretty much guess that it's going to feature some great presentation. Just like any other Twinbee game, Rainbow Bell Adventure is extremely colorful. Every stage is very vibrant and makes full use of the Super Famicom's expansive color palette. Even in underground stages, there's still a lot of bright colors on display. On the whole, just a great looking game with almost no lag actually, despite the frequently fast pace of the gameplay. No complaints with the sound design either. This game features an excellent soundtrack with a lot of upbeat and bubbly music that I really enjoy. Again, I don't think it's quite on the level of some other 16-bit platformers with great soundtracks, like DK Country or Sonic, but it's close and that's enough for me. No complaints at all with the presentation here. So this is a well above average platformer that's really fun. For those of us living in North America where it hasn't been released on the SNES or on the Virtual Console, the only real option is importing, and luckily this isn't a crazy expensive game or anything. Loose Super Famicom carts can usually be found online for between $15 and $20, which isn't too bad. And the SNES is really easy to mod, so if you're looking for something new in a 16-bit platformer, you can do a lot worse than Twinbee, Rainbow Bell Adventure. It's fun and it's exciting. Check it out.